You may be seated. I thought the whole point of being a Carrington is we don't have to choose between anything. It's called plausible deniability. I'll write it down for you. You can Google it later. I'm a big girl, Daddy. I can give Jeff 25% of my shares if I want to. What kills me the most is that if this whole thing blows up, I don't even get to keep Morel Corp. I mean, all the blood, sweat, and champagne I've poured into that company. For me, it's a lot. So, the Carringtons and the Colbys are getting married. Our flowers will be picked off the cold, hard surface of your ass if we want them to be. Is that a swan? What happened to the peacocks?
Peacocks can't swim.
Well, how much would it cost to teach them? It's your big day too, Blake. Swans or peacocks? Just trust me. If Jeff doesn't believe that we're planning the party of the century, then he'll know that the last 2 weeks have been a sham.
Fine. At least I'll have to buy a wedding gown.
There you go. Think of what I'm saving you. It's a hell of a lot cheaper than getting arrested. Speaking of shams, Mrs. Blake Carrington. Unlike you, I believe in solving problems I help create. Thanks to you and Ricky Ricardo, Steven might have the most to lose. You can follow my lead, obviously.
He was essentially asking me to whore myself out.
Well, at least Daddy recognizes your true talent. Well, technically I was born naked and screaming, but I've come a long way. I was always gonna have to say I got cold feet. Now I'll just have to get them a little colder and a little later. I wish we could have picked another religious ceremony to get Cecil out of his house arrest. A funeral seemed tough. It required a body, but in retrospect, it would be so much easier if you and I were getting pretend married. Well, every party needs a little danger. Try to avoid deportation until after the wedding.
Cecil's on board.
How did you get that psycho to trade his coat of arms for a tux? There's a lie you know how to tell.
Fallon's not gonna marry Jeff.
Fell after the swans outside.
I've been dreaming of this moment my entire life. Then let's wait. I think we have ourselves a deal.
Dear God, no.
Don't worry. Ruben Singer is flying in from New York right now.
Where'd you find that?
Attic.
Is that Mom's?
You know, it's hard not to imagine what she'd say about all this. I mean, I'm not saying I want her to walk me down the aisle or anything, but even if I did, I wouldn't know how to reach her. Thanks. So, I heard you chose Undead Ted over Sammy Joe.
We're not really here for the peacocks, okay? I lied. We're here because I decided I actually do want to get married. To you. I would get down on one knee, but, you know, in this dress and these heels, I'd probably never get back up. What happened to that little four-letter word you like to throw in my face all the time?
You mean love.
Well, how lame that kids in junior high didn't know who Ruth Bader Ginsburg was.
Totally lame.
What? Something wrong? Stop! Everyone out! Everyone in the world that I love is inside this house right now, except for my mother, of course. Because you gave up on that marriage and led me to believe that she turned her back on all of us. I was supposed to marry the man that I loved. This is the day that every little girl dreams of, and you've turned it into a nightmare.
Yes.
Get out! Come to pay me back for your wedding day. You look beautiful. Thank you. Now let's get this over with before I lose my buzz. Daddy, stop it. You're making a scene. You may not like Jeff, but he and I were meant to be together, and nothing you say is gonna stop me from marrying the man I love. You may be seated. You were saying? Oh, my very own lawyer, Jeff. You shouldn't have. Fortunately, bigamy is illegal in the state of Georgia. This is Liam, my husband. You know what, don't answer that. We can discuss it at the next Colby Co. board meeting. And thanks for the whole husband thing. It's not every day that a man is willing to go full crazy for a girl. What's your last name again? It was a pleasure to marry you.